Hi, everybody. It's Liquid Lunch coming at you live. It's the 11th day of November, 2011. Still no World War, Marla.
Yeah, but
Although
it's a very special day.
It is a very special day. That's right.
November 11th.
And I have my poppy.
11/11.
There it is. Poppy.
I'm wearing my poppy underneath my sweater.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm wearing my poppy on my sleeve.
Are you?
Right near where my heart is.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you want to, why don't we get into November 11th later, and so I can just jar
do the
things
comedy.
up.
Let's do the comedy. We don't have a lot of time.
Get right in there. So I'm just going to zoom through this as much as I can because I've got like 10 pages of juicy little items.
Oh, by the way, I have a secret signal now.
Oh, here we go.
It's going to be like this. Okay, when I go like this, it means we have to stop and take a break. Okay? So now you know.
You know what?
Secret signal.
I think I've seen that gesture before in my life.
Yeah, do you know where?
It's just, I
can tell you where.
No,
that's
I don't
a different
tell
gesture.
You where.
I don't know what
you
you're thinking of.
You don't know where I've seen it, mister. I've seen it a lot of places. And there's one little item missing in it. Anyways, speaking of those gestures, species of cricket has broken an unlikely world record, and it has the largest testicles in relation to its own body weight.
That's a fascinating story.
Well, I think it is. And it is 14% of its own body weight, the testicles.
Boy.
So to put it in perspective of testicles
how big
of a
would
man, here's a man weighing 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And so equivalent to this cricket, the ball-to-body ratio would be 28 pounds.
That is one heck of a prairie oyster.
And yeah, that's right. And I think that's a really important thing to bring up today. Okay, Russia's most notorious prison has been criticized for not treating their inmates well, so they are now installing tanning beds.
Really?
Because, hey, I think if you're a murderer, to have a little glow to you is like really important.
It's that, what do you call that? SAD, seasonal affective disorder? That's probably what...
I don't think that's what the problem is. Okay. This is, I think you'll identify with this. 30,000 Dutch households have been given a scratch scent pad.
You mean a scratch and sniff?
Yes. When you scratch it, you smell marijuana. This is to train households to recognize the smell of marijuana so they can report it to the police.
But I thought it was legal.
I don't know anybody who doesn't know what that smell is.
Especially in Holland.
Oh, especially. The whole thing was crazy. Okay, now here's something. Well, I was really happy to hear about this. The Conan O'Brien's new show that premiered the other day broke all records, and he beat out Jay Leno, David Letterman, and Jon Stewart. I love that because it's the underdog coming up to win. You know?
I just don't get... I think Conan O'Brien is one of the most overrated guys on TV.
I don't. He's my favorite. So, we disagree. That happens. Okay, well, on another interesting note, Topeka, Kansas Zoo is starting a new gift, and they are collecting elephant dung, and they are drying them out, painting them and shellacking them and selling them for $25 to the customers. So this is elephant
for
poo.
what?
As gifts.
No, I know, but
it's like the Cabbage Patch dolls.
Do they form it into anything or
they
something? They
just put little face on it, little smiley thing, and they take it home. Say, here, have a piece of elephant poo.
Well, you know, when you think about it, if elephants go extinct, those things will be worth a lot of money one day.
I'm sure.
In fact, they might even be able to take some of the DNA and make a new elephant out of it. Just
you
like
are
on
probably
Jurassic
right.
Park,
and just in case people don't know, and I'm sure everybody's wondering right now, how long does it take for the poo smell to leave its mound? It's about 10 days.
See, that's
really
what they should be making scratch and sniff pads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we cannot identify a pound of poo.
No.
Yeah, we would never catch that smell. Okay. All right. I like this. This is really interesting, and I feel strongly about this because I am on Facebook, but I think it's cuckoo. It's like over the top.
Yeah, Facebook.
It's out of hand.
It's
people's
stupid.
Goal in life is to say, I'm eating a sandwich today. Oh boy, did I go to the dentist? It was amazing. And having as many friends as they can, so they hook into your list of friends and hook into their friends, and really, so I actually started to eliminate some of my friends. But Jimmy Kimmel, the comedian who has his own show, is declaring November 17th National Unfriend Day.
Yeah.
which means that everybody should start eliminating some of their friends from their Facebook list. Because, as he says, friendship is a sacred thing, and he thinks that Facebook is cheapening it. And he has a list of how do you judge what's a good friend. And here's his list: is you would lend a friend $50. If you go down this list of your friends of Facebook, if you don't feel like giving these people, half the people you don't even really know, don't do it. Number 2, if you wouldn't invite them to your birthday party, they're not a friend. Number 3, if you wouldn't cry if they got hit by a bus, they're not a friend. And approximately 90% of most people's lists of Facebook, they're not really their friends.
I'll tell you.
I don't know. You're obviously not on it, but
Look, I'm just saying, the Facebook friends are still more of a friend than the MySpace friends, because you could get a bot to invite people to be your MySpace friend. Heck, I got 12,000 friends on MySpace.
Oh,
I only
my
have
God.
500 on Facebook.
oh my God, I had no idea. And how many friends do you really have?
I don't know.
Well, that's the point. Is who is the real friend?
Well, less than
Okay.
12,000.
Well, he's encouraging everybody to do it, and I do it once a month. I go, you know what? They're not really my friend. Blink, 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 blink. But the interesting thing is that the new Oxford American Dictionary has actually officially added the word unfriend as a new word.
That's good.
Because of Facebook and all that stuff.
Okay, Marla, listen.
Do you need to give me the gesture?
Oh, we got about a minute, so I'm just saying, give us a minute's worth of really finely honed dance comedy.
1 minute, I can go really fast. All right. Republicans and Democrats. You won't believe this, but I'm sure you will. They watch different television shows.
Who?
Republicans and Democrats.
Okay.
Écoutez, s'il vous plaît. Republicans, top fave TV shows. I'll go through this, and this is no surprise. Amazing Race. Modern Family.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that one, actually. American Idol. This is Republicans.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
folks,
yeah. Okay,
Republicans. Okay. The Big Bang Theory, which I hear is a great show, but never seen it. Survivor.
Yeah, yeah.
Dancing with the Stars. I hate that show. And 2.5 Men, which is
Right.
actually a really cheesy show, but I got to say, I laugh.
You must be a Republican.
I laugh. A part of me is, I guess. Okay. And Democrats,
Yeah.
top fave shows.
Yeah.
Mad Men, no big surprise there.
Okay.
Dexter, no big surprise there.
right.
Probably Nurse Jackie, but it's not on the list. 90210, Private Practice. I
Bones.
believe
Do they
in
watch
that.
Bones?
Okay, so you do watch TV after all. Brothers and Sisters. And 30 Rock, because it rocks. What a great show. And The Good Wife, which is the new hot show. And, of course, my beloved, and whose isn't, Law and Order.
Well, who's watching South Park? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question. Did I use up my minute? Did I use up my
Yeah, that's
minute
our
yet?
minute. Okay.
I
so
used up
here-
my minute?
Okay, yeah. That's good, Marla. That's
Well,
good.
I've got-
I wish we had more time.
I have a whole bunch more.
But we
and
have a really
just
busy
to let
show.
you know, it's all about sex. I've got
is it?
statistics of who has the most sex and at what age, and all sorts of juicy things about sex. Yeah, so
People
you
aren't
can think about
interested in
that.
sex,
Oh, they
though.
are.
They are?
Oh, they are.
Why do people like sex so much,
I even
Marla?
got an email this morning just to let you know from a friend saying, Marla, do you masturbate? I know this is a personal question. I write back, yeah, it is a personal question.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, yeah.
I'm not answering that first. Yes, it's a personal question. Duh. You first.
Okay. All right. Well, it's
But
time.
these are anatomically correct facts, so
Okay, we got it. We have to. It's
I'm
11
ready.
after 11.
I'm ready,
on
baby.
the 11th month
go
of the.
for it. Okay.
So we need. We're going to take about a minute of silence, and we're going to take a musical break. We're going to come back with our first guest. Tim Motti is here. Marilyn Garshowitz. Mimi is here. Patricia Sands is coming in, author of The Bridge Club. Billy the Kid here from L.A. going to perform for us. Barry Shanebaum going to come here and talk about his story, and Kamaria Olubayo is going to be here with his new indie art store interest site. It's going to be a big show. So let's take a moment of silence. It's Remembrance Day, and we'll be back.
Great.
conclusions we've come to. Regret all our lives, and it's all I can do. I keep moving. I'm finding my ways to get by. It's endless and constantly changing. Oh, I can't stay tonight. And these things that we fight for somehow didn't realize that these choices we've come to, they will define all our lives. And it's all I can do. I keep moving. I'm finding my ways to get by. It's endless and constantly changing. Oh, I can't stay tonight. It once seemed so beautiful. Time love takes control. Cycle through, close the door. I can't wait here anymore. One day will be all that they see. Just you and me. In this blind release, everything's so far away. 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 It all seems so far away.
Yeah, hi. Welcome back to Liquid Lunch. Into the Machine is the music today. And we've got T.M. Mahdi, Marilyn Garshowitz, and Mimi. We don't know Mimi's last name. Mimi.
My last name's Lee.
Mimi Lee. Okay, great.
How come you don't have there?
What?
How come you don't have it there?
Nobody told me.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't ask.
Nobody tells me anything, Mimi. But And it's funny that Marilyn, I keep running into you everywhere these days.
Great.
And then you sent me an email about TM, and TM, we met a few years ago, right? What? I can't believe it was 10 years ago. What were we talking about back then?
Back then, I was starting out my own agency.
Okay.
A partner of mine, and then we drifted off.
Yeah. Okay. Was that that must have been before we were doing the internet broadcasting even then, because
You had the whole incubation idea back then.
right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a long journey, Marla.
It's been a long journey. So you have some sort of series coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it called?
It's called InitiativeTO.
InitiativeTO?
Yes.
What does that stand for, the TO? Is that
TO?
Toronto?
Toronto, of course.
Okay. And what's the initiative about exactly?
The initiative is a citywide event. It's in part of Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is starting on the 15th of November till the 21st of November. And InitiativeTO is actually on the 17th of November, which is a Wednesday. It's a citywide event. We're bringing in 23 entrepreneurs, all sharing the different challenges that they face of becoming entrepreneurs. It's a storytelling event. So
it's a bunch of storytellers telling of their experiences being entrepreneurs. And is it going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly, or just the good?
it's a mix of everything, pretty much. Yes.
Good. So it's more of a realistic slant on it. So people are more prepared.
Exactly.
As opposed to being shocked and thinking, so many people say, I can't wait to be my own boss. It's going to be fantastic. And I actually started my own very, very small cookie business called Marla's Marvel's Flaxseed Cookies. And I sold to 15 stores at Pusateri, did all the high-end stuff, and that's all I could handle. And I did everything myself, everything.
Yeah.
But, people thought, you're so lucky. And I said, I've never worked harder in my life. You have to show up. You can't take a sick day. And sure, you can go to your doctor's appointment or whatever, but you have to meet your quota.
Yes.
You also have to push yourself because you don't have a boss pushing you. You're all nodding your heads in agreement.
Totally.
What do you think, Mimi?
Totally. The self-motivation is a very, very big factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the self-discipline. How do you control everything under control?
Exactly. Self-discipline. And Marilyn, what do you have to do with this event?
I'm going to be speaking, and becoming a speaker is one of the difficulties as well. I mean, with my story, what I do, I wrote The Brutal Truth, and it's a very feisty book dealing with bullying and misuse of power, and it's a subject that not everybody's really liking because it deals with
The truth.
The truth.
The ugly
And
truth.
It's suicide, homicide, ideation. And so sometimes part of your job, people aren't receptive, so that you don't maybe not getting the sales, and it's questioning authority. So I am running into a whole bunch of different issues, as well as recovering from post-traumatic stress disorder, really staying motivated, staying focused. There's a whole bunch of issues that come into place with the mental illness.
Which is very challenging in itself.
But as an entrepreneur, it's still there. But a lot of people who go into entrepreneurship they have their reasons that may not
Oh,
be
absolutely.
too far
There's
off from
probably a
mine.
story behind the story behind the story.
Yes.
Now, Mimi, are you an entrepreneur?
Yes, I
What
run
is
my
your
own
field?
business. I'm a financial advisor.
And so do you have your own office or do you work out of your home?
I do have an office. I actually have a couple of satellite offices.
And you have people working under you?
How do you get up to the satellite? Amy?
With
Very
your
carefully.
imagination. I do have assistants to help me go through the paperwork and things like that. Yeah.
Wow, that's good. Now, what's your financial advice, basically? Do you do stocks, bonds? What is it exactly?
Well, exactly is right now, especially the last 2.5 years, I've been actually managing a lot of cash flow with my clients. So I'm helping them how to survive in their own lives so that I can survive.
Right.
So
it's a means to an end.
so it sounds like a service that you're offering is a service that entrepreneurs need.
Right.
And it seems like, Marilyn, you mentioned, a lot of people have there's a lot of different reasons for people getting into entrepreneurship. I mean, one of the things is, I think, TM, and I don't know if you agree with this, but it seems like it's like the whole economy is moving towards entrepreneurship because the old institutions that employed people are not surviving. They are being merged, they're downsizing, they're failing, they're moving offshore, and it's almost like everybody's being, the economy's changing. We're all going to have to become entrepreneurs, I think, is the way that it's going.
Yep.
Is that?
It's totally true, especially after the whole recession. There's a lot more. There has been a lot of layoffs from the corporate world, and trying to find a job going back into the corporate world is a lot harder. So people have decided to be entrepreneurs. And because of the whole recession period, you actually see a huge scale of small new entrepreneurs, young and small businesses coming up. And now they're also facing those challenges. They're like, okay, are we going to the right path, or did we jump in by mistake? So yeah.
Now, is that sort of your story as well? Because I would think you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
This is a very entrepreneurial endeavor that you're involved with here with the InitiativeTO.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it's just another business project, really, as an entrepreneur.
Yep. I do run my own agency. My focus is to work with artists and designers, pretty much, knowing that a lot of designers are the worst business people. So we do a few events throughout the year that educates them how to be better professionals. It's a social project on our end, so it's really an education format.
Okay, so this InitiativeTO, is this your idea?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to maybe sort of describe it? I mean, we're talking about it, and we know there's certain aspects about it, but what's the kind of the story of it, the purpose of it, and what's going to happen during this? Is it just the one day?
Yes, it is. 12 hours.
Yeah. So it's a storytelling
How many hours?
thing.
12 hours.
Wow.
12 hours of entrepreneurial
Bring breakfast, lunch, and
storytelling.
dinner. And depends.
Well, it depends. You don't have to say that. That goes
Well,
without
it
saying.
depends. Well, you should know.
I know.
I know. You're always telling me.
So convenient.
Yeah.
It's a huge endeavor. It's a huge challenge. So that's why we're going for the 12 hours.
It's intense.
Yes.
So what's going to happen? Well, first of all, where is it?
Yeah.
It's citywide. So we have currently 6 locations. Well, 6 is coming up. We have 5 of confirmed locations.
Okay.
They range from Long Branch to Deer Park, Junction, Danforth Mosaic area, and Scarborough.
I'm at
Marilyn is in Danforth.
Mosaic. Oh, so are you, me.
Oh, yeah, I'm there too.
So you've got different people at all those different locations, different
Yes.
speakers at all the different locations?
Correct.
But you said right now you have so many locations. How many?
5.
But there's going to be more?
Well, our initial target is 6.
So you're looking for one more. Do you have the speakers for that 6th location?
Yes, we do.
Wow. Okay.
And so it's going to be 12 hours at each location. So
It's 12 hours across the board.
okay.
Each location will have several sessions or several stories, and stories ranging anywhere from 40 minutes to 90 minutes, depending on the length of the story.
Oh yeah, this is what you were telling me about, Marilyn, is that you have to present, and you're doing a 40-minute
Yes. Plus
speech or story.
Yeah.
And that's a long time to be speaking in front of a crowd. I mean,
when you're new to it, yes.
well, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of material to write, and it's a lot of material to deliver.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
And-
there's a 15-minute question and answer period.
That's the easy part.
Those are the easy parts. I find that the easiest because you know your material and you know what you want to say, and they're asking half the questions and you're doing half the answers. That's it.
Oh, good. Half
That's
the
always
time.
been my favorite. Absolutely. So that'll lead up the time. Actually, 40 minutes is pretty I do an hour.
Pretty
40
standard.
minutes is a stand-up, but it's like I think the saturation point is an hour.
Yeah.
But if you have a lot of speakers if you have 4 speakers in a row and that's 4 hours, it's a little hard on the audience.
Yes.
So
That's why we're giving that whole 15-minute optional Q&A.
Yeah.
yeah, that's yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Now, TM, what was it that, what was your inspiration that this would be a good kind of vehicle for entrepreneurs to share their stories, but also to learn from other entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Like, what is the concept?
Well, the
behind it?
concept is a lot of us have attended all these how-to seminars and the success this and that, but we haven't yet seen an event that actually covers challenges, and something that's more personal, that doesn't go based on projections or based on what you read out of your notes. It's a story. Anybody around in this room has a story. And if you're an entrepreneur, you definitely have a lot of stories. So putting an event that actually all is based on a story makes it a much more fun event and much more inspirational event, and that's what we're going at.
Okay. Now, Marilyn, I know a little bit about your story. I mean, part of your story is that you wrote the book, and I'll hold it up, right?
Thank
so
you.
we can show
Thank you.
people the book, The Brutal Truth. And you've been here on the show before to talk about the book.
Yes, thank you.
And I mean, people may think that an author is not an entrepreneur, right? And can you tell us a little bit about how an author like yourself actually is an entrepreneur?
Well, it's a business. Actually, the book is to help make me credible with my business, because I am educating on bullying and misuse of power. The book does include my story, but it's way beyond just my story. It goes into research and analysis of bullying and misuse of power. So whether you're talking about bullying in the schoolyard or workplace harassment or misuse of power from judges or lawyers or otherwise, it's all the same problem stemming from and perpetuated by the government and the legal system. So that if you want to help the children who are killing themselves now, it's a lot of news right now with this going on. And if you're dealing with the 5-year-olds killing themselves, you're really going to have to address these faulty laws and these social norms. And to teach, you have to get out there and sell. You have to market yourself. You have to bring money in. I have to make money. Oh, my God. I am not doing so well. But people love the work I'm doing. People come up and they cry. I know the work I do is good.
Yeah.
So I need help being an entrepreneur. And as I said, having the post-traumatic stress disorder makes it also very challenging for me. So, I mean, I have to get people, I try to get grants. There's, everything's very challenging. And they want to see the success. I need the money so I can have the success.
Catch-22
Yeah, you've
a
got
lot
it. Yeah.
of the time, I
Yeah.
know.
So I'm an entrepreneur, no question.
Yeah.
Now, your bullying references that you state a couple of times. Recently, it's been teenagers and young 20-year-olds due to emotional gay bashing.
Yeah, that's really
And
a lot
bullying
of
in the high
noise
schools,
on that right now.
and that stems from the parents of the kids, the teachers, and the students, and not having proper pro-gay programs, free to be you and me kind of thing.
The social norms that are underlying that, that's where all the problems come from. You're supposed to report it, and they re-victimize the victim. They don't actually want to deal with it appropriately. And that's from our legal system, and that's actually through my research what I deal with. And that's why some of my material is so feisty. And then again, that's one of the reasons why it's a little difficult for me being an entrepreneur, because some of the government supports for being an entrepreneur isn't as strong, as because you're questioning authority. You can't be doing that. But actually, there is a huge movement happening. There is a shift occurring, and it's really important to share that with people. And so I have to keep being brave as an entrepreneur. I mean, one of the great things about this program, TM, is that it helps shares people's stories, and that's where people learn from. That's how things change when people come together collectively, the synergy of everyone, the snowball effect. So.
Now, can I ask you, you said you didn't include your personal story in your book. Why was that?
I did. Oh, I did.
you did
It
include-
goes beyond that. Oh.
Your source of post-traumatic stress is in your book?
Oh, all of it's in there.
Okay.
I do not hold anything
Okay.
back. Oh,
Tell-all
geez.
book.
Oh, yeah. Vulnerable beyond.
Good. Well, I think vulnerability is one of the most attractive qualities a person can
Well, thank you.
spill out to others. Confidence, it's overrated, It's all facade anyways, and it's a dime a dozen, but vulnerability is rare and fresh and honest. And What is the date again of this event? November?
It's November the 17th, which
And
is
that
a
is the
Wednesday.
same day as Jimmy Kimmel suggesting that everybody unfriend people. So we're all going to remember that this is November 17th. And you said it's a Wednesday.
It is.
And how are people going to find out what locations are, where they are? And do you have it on the website with a
Yes.
list of who the speakers are?
We do. We do. We have it on a website. Shall I give the website name?
Please.
It's
Numerous
CG6.
times.
CG6.com. So
Say
6
that
the number.
again?
CG6.
CG6.
Three
.com.
characters.
Yep.
.com.
.com?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
it's www.cg6.com.
Correct.
And people will be able to find out. And how much does it cost to attend this?
It's $12.
$12.
And gives you access to go out throughout the city, attending
So
all
people
the
can
events.
like hop to different venues, so they're all being held at different times.
Exactly. So that's the
Wow.
idea. The idea is to
Wow.
rotate yourself from
It's
one
kind
venue
of
to
like a
another.
film festival, and you can go to see the different speakers that you want that's pertaining to your issue.
Exactly.
Oh, that's really great. And how did you come across to find Mimi and Marilyn?
Well, Mimi and I actually work together. I'm her client, and she's my client.
Okay.
We've been associated with each other for quite a bit of time, and in the last quite a few events, she has been a strong supporter and helped quite a bit.
Financially, with financial advice?
Financial advice, but also as a contributing partner. So she actually takes a lot of her time to help out in putting these events together. So I really appreciate it, and yeah.
Yay.
Now, TM, who are some of the other speakers that are going to be, just to give people a sense of what they might expect?
I'll base it on memory. We have Scott Chapman. He's a brand specialist author. He worked with P&G. We also have is it Eric Bernhardt, correct? Yeah, Eric Bernhardt is a hybrid entrepreneur. Runs his own. He runs 2 companies plus works for a corporation. I can't pronounce Hans' last name.
Yeah, Hans' last name is a little bit hard to pronounce.
Coming from St. Catharines to us, he has run his own
He's a
toy
toy
building
manufacturer.
company out of St. Catharines, out of his own back home.
Cheryl Rankin. Cheryl Rankin.
Cheryl Rankin, Vivian Goss.
I think we know Cheryl Rankin, actually. I
Yes,
think
you
she's
do.
been here,
yeah,
right?
That's why I was mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark Gordon.
Mark Gordon, yes.
Jim Peg. Oh, he's
Pagiantis?
Oh,
Yes.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
That's great. And Kenny helped me.
Kenny?
Santos.
Confidence coach.
Okay, not
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Came from Utah to here to help. So,
Yeah.
A lot of Kennys in the world.
yeah.
Yes. I'm thinking of the one from South Park, of course.
Yeah, I know, it's the same thing.
No,
Oh,
no,
you
no, not from
Republican,
South
you.
Park.
Yeah, you Democrat, you. Huh.
So it's going to be a good crowd.
Well, this is great. I mean, entrepreneurship is so important, and I think everybody is going to become an entrepreneur at some point. And so this is, and it's Entrepreneur Week, right?
Yes,
TM?
entrepreneurship
Is
week.
it? Is it
Global.
Yeah.
officially Entrepreneur
Yes,
Week?
globally.
Global.
Globally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so that's really important.
Well, I
Is
don't
it-
think everyone will be an entrepreneur at some point, but I think
don't?
I think a lot. No, I think some people are very, very comfortable in their comfort zone of always working for somebody. You know, lifelong.
Yeah,
big
but those jobs
company.
aren't going to exist anymore. They hardly exist now.
Some of them still will, but there are other people stepping out of the comfort zone and giving it a try, and some people go back. They try it and they
Well,
go back to
Yeah,
something
they go back and
else.
forth.
Yeah.
But I think
Well,
it's
I think
even
it's very important.
even the point, like Marilyn, you're a writer, right? You're an author.
And a speaker.
And
But
the
you're
founder
an
of the
entrepreneur.
organization. I actually founded the organization in spring. It's the Brutal Truth organization.
There you go. So, and the thing is, it's what I'm getting at is that, you know, people who might classify themselves as an artist or a
Yes.
musician, they really have to be entrepreneurs
Yes.
to get their
Yes.
project, whatever it might be, to get to have it become successful, to have it be sustainable, and to have it so that they can actually earn an income doing what they love, which is their art. And that's really what entrepreneurship is all about.
Exactly.
Well, actually,
And you're an entrepreneur.
if you really look into it, running your own lives is an entrepreneurial thing too.
Yeah.
That's true, and everybody's going to need some cash flow help. Right, Amy? Right?
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Any final thoughts you want to leave us with today?
One thing I forgot to mention, that in addition that we have 23 entrepreneurs, we also have up to 25 businesses taking part in this effort, that opening up their doors to do an industry tour. So each venue has approximately a few businesses in their area that will share the workings of their business, the backstage of how their business is done.
Well, that's great, because that's always fun to see that, and it's always, you really always learn a lot when you go visit any business. And you may not think you can apply it to your own business, but in the long run, I think absolutely you can. You can take everything that you learn and apply it to your business. So that's great. So again, if people are interested and they want to find out more, they want to find out where the venues are and who's speaking at them, did they go to cg6.com?
Correct.
TM, and then there's links there for all that.
All on the main page.
And that's November 17th, Wednesday. And what are the hours?
The event starts at an odd time of 9:40.
9:40 at night or morning?
a.m.
Yeah. 9:40 a.m.
and going up to 9:40 p.m.
Okay, great.
Okay.
What was that? Is that some secret numerological symbolism? TM?
Do you want to share how you picked that 9:40?
Are you a Freemason?
I'm just curious now.
Are you
It's really actually, all sessions are 20 minutes increments.
Okay.
So we made the calculation a lot more easier by going by 20
Okay.
minutes.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay,
And
great.
then, people can come in at 9:30 to check in and, show a little bit before it starts, right?
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Okay, and what time do you guys go on? Marilyn?
It's 2:20, is it? I can't remember now.
2:20?
I better check.
And
I
Mimi,
better
what
if
do
you
I
want
need
to
to
promote
check it too.
yourself.
Mimi has 2 sessions, and Meryl.
It's around 2:20.
All right,
And what day are you on?
It's
You're
on the same day. It's all
Wednesday.
The November 17th. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Make
Do I
it
have to
twice
make,
as
do I have to
silly.
make facial
Yeah.
adjustments?
Yes, do some more of those facial.
Yeah. This one's like this. Didn't you hear? It was November 17th.
I'm glad we're not catching that.
Okay. Yeah, well, of course. November 17th. Okay.
Okay, so the website cg6.com. TM, thank you.
Thank you.
And Mimi, thank you. And Marilyn, always great
Thank
to see
you.
you.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break and come back with our next guest,